What is happening, my friends? I know you haven't heard from me in a couple months. I think the last show was right when I got out of the hospital. I had a whole COVID rant and all that nonsense. So, you know what? It is what it is, right? Let's get through this without talking BS and try to laugh. You ready to do a show? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Laughing with cancer. Let's live a life, not just survive. Laughing with cancer. If you're not laughing, life will pass you by.
What is happening, my friends? Thank you for checking out Laughing with Cancer. This is ELVISRICO. And I know I haven't been around for a couple months. A lot of craziness going around, in case you haven't noticed. So I've tried to not pay attention so much to all the political nonsense going on with the DNC convention and the RNC convention. It's all crazy, if you ask me. But I'm going to try not to talk about any of that nonsense today. So I hope you guys are having a great day, great weekend, great whatever time it is you're listening to this. And I hope you're doing good. I hope you're staying safe. I hope COVID isn't attacking you or making you crazy. And I hope all the kids going back to school stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you do. Oh, thank you very much. So yeah, I finally, after months of not getting a haircut, finally went out. I think it was end of last month, beginning of this month, and got a haircut. Oh, man. Yeah, so like we had been at the grocery store, right? My wife taps me on the shoulder and says, "Look at the guy back behind us. Look at that haircut. He's got an awesome haircut. I wonder what kind it is and where he got it." And so I said, well, I'll just ask him. I said, "Hey, bud, I love your haircut, my man. Where'd you get it done at?" And he goes, actually," and his wife popped up right away, "It's called a pompadour haircut, and he got it at whatever place it was." And I started laughing. I said, "Well, it looks great, my man." And, he was a broad-shouldered big guy, Hispanic like me, and, salt and pepper. I have some salt and pepper. Not all salt and pepper, just the sides. The top is still looking all right. So I said, man, this hair is getting crazy. So I went and got a haircut. And pompadour haircut is actually like an Elvis haircut. I said, what are the odds? Go figure. So yeah, I got me a pompadour haircut. And I looked sexier than I was looking with all that hair. So, yeah. No, and you know what? No COVID, no problem. They all had masks on and, everybody's doing their thing and taking precautions, whatever, so they can stay open. And that's what you got to do these days, I guess. And we, last weekend, I think we decided to finally go get out of the house. We can get out of the house and maybe go to the grocery store and stuff, but having cancer and stuff, you just gotta, you can't just go all willy-nilly and think it's a hoax or nonsense or whatever. Like I was doing, the Lyft driving, was making some good extra cash, and that had to put a halt to that right away. The doctors were like, "Oh, hell no." So, not really able to go out and do stuff and worried about how clean some people, restaurants are doing their thing and stuff. So we decided to go up to Prescott and maybe have a lunch there and go to the lake. And oh my God, it was so much cooler than here in Phoenix where it's 100 and melt your ass off outside. You know what I mean? By the time we left, I think there was a little bit of a rain coming in, and it was like 75 degrees in Prescott when we finally left back to Phoenix. And, it felt great. My goodness, it felt so good. But, yeah, you can't even twist up a nice medical marijuana blunt and go outside and smoke that because you'll die of heat stroke. So I decided I'm not usually one on edibles. You know what I mean? You know, I listen to Joe Rogan and he's all about weed and, you know, MS or MDS, whatever, hallucinogen. I don't know about any of that stuff. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to try an edible and do some edibles. So I went down there and told them, you know, the best one for pain and stuff like that. So they gave me these edibles and I thought, well, I'll try one of those. So there was like, I don't know, 250 milligram, 10 little edibles, gummies, and they were like, I think 25 milligrams each, right? So I just popped one and whoo, my goodness, I was high as a kite, felt great for hours. And then I figured, that's a bit much. I was a little too high. Even the wife was like, I think that was too much of gummy. I think you're right. So instead, I just cut them all in half. And I'll take half in the morning, you know, because that's when I'm feeling the worst. It's the hardest for me to get moving because of everything hurting. And you know what? I'm good almost all day long. And then I might take another half later that early evening or something. And I'm good. I'm good to go. And so I think I've found my proper dosage. And instead of smoking it, which you end up going through faster, the edibles, so much better. They might take a good 30 minutes to kick in, not like smoking it right away, but it's a better high and you feel better. I mean, the main purpose, of course, is to feel better, but, you know, some people just like to do both. And I like to do both. So, yeah, I found a good dosage of medication as far as medical marijuana goes. And cheaper as far as spending it on flour, as they call it. So, yeah, I've been, and some days, some mornings, I don't even have to, you know, I get going, I get moving, I feel pretty good. And I don't even need to take an edible. But then there's the days. You know how these roller coasters are, those of you that are dealing with the cancer like I am. Roller coaster rides different every day. Some days it's a regular old roller coaster ride. Some days it throws you some loop-de-loops. Just depends on how good you're strapped in. You know what I mean? Although you do. Although you very much. I can't help that. So yeah, when we went up to Prescott, the lake was beautiful. You can walk around, no masks. You know, there's definitely social distancing around there. There's people there, but not tons of people. And, you know, and then we went to an Applebee's that was up there. I said, okay, let's see how this goes. And everything was, you know, social distanced on the tables. I paid attention to them. As soon as somebody left, they had a person on it spraying everything down, wiping everything down and getting it set up. I mean, they wiped everything down in that whole table or whatever it was. So I felt okay. I felt comfortable. They, instead of bringing you like, you know, the bottles that they would normally bring you for A1 sauce or something like that, they bring you a little, plastic cup with A1 sauce poured in it, which is a good idea, I think. And they bring you a little cup of salt and pepper in the little packets for you to use. And yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed it. It was nice to finally get out. And those of you that have underlying conditions like cancer and stuff like that, and don't believe that it's a hoax or it's this or that, it's better to be safe than sorry. But being cooped up all the time and all you get to see on TV every time or Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is mostly, of course, political nonsense and all this stuff like that. And like I said before, I shouldn't have even started the hashtag be a decent person at the beginning of the year because I think I jinxed it. But hey, the life goes on, my friends. The world keeps turning, and we still got to pay them bills. And luckily, we've been keeping our head above water. That's all I can tell you about that. I hope the rest of you are doing okay. And please, if you're holding your breath on that second stimulus check, I don't think that's going to happen. That's just my opinion. What the hell do I know? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's been going on. So I've decided, instead of watching YouTube videos and all this stuff and watching the president speak and all that other stuff, I just said, I'm going to try something a little different. So, of course, I love to sing, being an Elvis impersonator for so long. I thought, you know what? Doing a podcast and editing, stuff like that is pretty easy, really. You just got to cancel out some of the background noise and make sure your voice sounds okay and just, simple little stuff that you can do real quick. But trying to do music with the background music and then your vocals and then trying to make your vocals sound right and then all that stuff and mixing it together, that's a lot harder. But with Audacity, you definitely can do it. You definitely can do it. I'm getting there. I'm trying some new songs, trying to get out of my Elvis voice. Because every time I sing something different, unless it's like, Bon Jovi or some rock stuff that I do, I'm usually, if I'm not sure about how my voice is sounding, boom, I automatically kick into Elvis mode. So, of course, I can sing like Elvis, so that's what I do. So I'm trying not to do that, and picked a couple songs to work on. And excuse me, I normally don't do, I normally don't listen to country a lot, but I do listen to some country songs and stuff like that, ones that I do like, and of course songs about the beach and stuff like that. I forget what songs they were, but what's that? Anyways, so I picked 2 songs that I was going to work on. One was by Brett Young, In Case You Didn't Know, and of course Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey. I wanted to find some songs that I think Tennessee Whiskey is one. If you listen to Chris Stapleton sing that song, he has a lot of passion in it when he sings it. And the one song that I really love of Elvis's is If I Can Dream, because if you've ever watched the 68 comeback special where he sings that song, he sings it with such heart and feeling and passion. You can just see it when he's singing it. And so that's what I want to kind of do, but not so much in an Elvis voice. It's been kind of difficult because my brain thinks a couple seconds ahead. So if I know that I'm not going to hit the right note or something like that, boom, I go into Elvis mode. So I'm not sure how to do it. Maybe do it kind of like my style and Elvis style, little mix of both. That might sound better, but with passion and with heart. So there's quite a few older tunes from back in the day that I really like, and I always thought would be a good song to sing with in a different style. Because back in the day, 60s, 70s, even 80s, mid 80s, early 80s, and even now, some, it's so easy to manipulate your voice and mix it and do all that to where you don't. Back then, it was just the way you sang. You know what I mean? Elvis would get in the room with a bunch of cats and they just would record and sing. They didn't have all the mixing and all that kind of technology they do now to make somebody who can't sing worth the shit actually be able to sing. So I picked some decent older songs that I want to work on. But those are the 2 I'm going to try first and see what happens. See if I can get that mix in. But you know what? YouTube is awesome to try to figure out some of this stuff. And I found a cat that's an expert at Audacity and how to mix music and your voice and all that kind of stuff. So I'm learning. But of course, like a typical man, I do not write down things that I probably should. Even when I do a podcast like right now, I kind of know what I'm going to talk about. But you know what? I don't write nothing. I just go with the flow and just go with whatever I feel like talking about. I get stuck on talking about stuff like that. And you know what? My podcast, I don't do it for money or get a bunch of hits or get a bunch of likes or whatever. I post it out for everybody to hear if they want to, but it's mostly for me. It's my own type of therapy, I guess you would say. I'm sure everything going on, people that are therapists are making a ton of money, video therapy and all that kind of stuff with all this craziness going on and people not knowing how to handle being stuck at home or how to deal with all that, because this is all new. This is all new. 2020, my friends. I've been trying to avoid not posting my views on politics and stuff like that, because people, especially those that say that they're your friends, tend to judge you and end up calling you names and stuff like that. And it's like, I believe we were friends when we became friends. We didn't ask each other first what our political views were. I don't know. But this morning I couldn't help myself. I had to post 2 things about thoughts that I had about this young kid that apparently militia dude killed some people, went across state lines and then back to his state, went to sleep, and then the next day they, arrested him. Apparently. That's about as far as I go, but I had to post something that, it's just nonsense. But, other than that, I'm trying not to post stuff unless it's on Twitter. Twitter, I'm a mess on Twitter. I need to stop doing that too. All you need is love. Bum, ba-da-da-da. And money to pay your bills. You definitely need that. Those of you who say, money's not important. It's for materialistic things. No, I would have to say money's important if you want a roof over your head and electricity, and if you live in Phoenix, air conditioning, which is happening to kick my ass right now with it being so damn hot. Even if set at the air conditioning set at 80, my God, it feels like it's running constantly. But hey, it is what it is. What can you do? That's all I got to say about that. So I hope that you guys are having a great week so far, or weekend. Try not to watch so much of the political stuff is all I can say. All I can tell you is, you know what? Get out there and vote. That's all I'm saying. Get out there and vote. Make sure you vote, and we'll see what happens. Other than that, life's going to go on. Try to be happy. Try not to be so down. That just leads to depression and anxiety and all that good stuff, right? If you didn't have it already. If you already were an introvert and tended to stay home and not really talk to and socialize to too many people, then being quarantined, as they say, in your home isn't much of a problem. But for those of you who are like me, I'm a social butterfly. I love to get out, do some karaoke and all that good stuff, and chat with people and visit with friends and stuff like that. I just can't do it. Can't take the chance, even with cancer. What can you say? It's a killer. No pun intended. Well, maybe pun intended. I'm going to try to do more podcasts, work on my music, and try to work on that and focus on other stuff, and try to wake up every day. Like I said before, I woke up, my glass is already half full. Whatever happens the rest of the day doesn't really matter, because your glass will always be half full because you woke up, right? That's what I like to say. Instead of waking up going, God dang, what did he say today? What did they say today? What did this side say? What did that side say? Who shot who? What? No. I'd rather deal with my pain, wake up, try to be happy, get moving, take an edible, smile, and see if I can get my cat and dog registered to vote. Sorry, my bad. Didn't mean to throw that in there. That's just silly. if you ask me. But what can I say? What do I know? Anyways, you guys, if you have any comments, please email me at laughingwithcancer@gmail.com or go to my Facebook page, Laughing with Cancer. You know, I still have the hashtag Be a Decent Person on Facebook, but I was doing a lot of videos with some decent people I was meeting doing lift and stuff, and I haven't really done anything on it recently because just I can't seem to find anything decent going on. So I might try a little harder to see if I could do that. And let's hope 2021 is going to be better no matter who wins the election. Hopefully all the hatred and nonsense will stop after the election, but who knows? It might get worse. It might get better. Either way, COVID don't care. You know, people are still going to keep dying. I think there's still, almost 1,000 people a day are dying. I don't know. It is what it is. What can I say? Anyways, yeah, check any thoughts on any kind of song that you think it's got passion and heart. When every time you hear it, you feel, yeah, I can feel what he's singing or what she's singing. Email me, let me know, or message me on Facebook, whatever you feel like doing. Other than that, my friends, sweet, short, and I hope you have a great weekend once again. And you know what? Go give your wife, your girlfriend, or look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself a big kiss. Either way, I love y'all. Peace, love, and stay laughing.
Laughing with Cancer Podcast.com